Hello, happy Tuesday. I'm going to the Stars game tonight, playoff game number 4 here at home, so we're excited about that. And we could take a 3-1 lead in the series, so tonight's very important before we go back to their house. And so anyway, I need to get ready. And when I took my before picture, as I do every time, I am red right here today. It doesn't seem that way in a normal mirror, but my big lights that help with looking like I'm in daylight sure do look it. Oh, heavens. So one of the things is I'm not going to have this shirt on. So I had to think about my makeup because I'm actually going to be wearing green because, you know, that's our Dallas Stars. So the funny story is my husband and I used to be season ticket holders forever. And we went to every game. Like, originally when we became season ticket holders, we were like, oh, we'll sell some games. No, we never sold a game. Ever. So, it's crazy. So for today, if you're hopping on, say hello. If you're watching the replay, say replay. And if I can help you with anything, you're going to comment Tuesday. I was going to leave a link for like my eyes or whatever, but I just think it's easier if you're interested in something, you can comment or you can DM me, and then we can kind of talk about what interests you. I see the value in little bundles where I could put together like my eyes and my lip or whatever. But sometimes I think you don't really need all that, right? Sometimes you just want this lip gloss and that mascara or whatever. So we're going to try a couple different things over the next couple weeks and see what works better. Whether or not me putting some curated bundles gives you some ideas, and you can tell me in the comments. Or if just kind of a free-form shop is easier. I personally like bundles because sometimes I'm not very creative on my own. So if I'm shopping with someone else, I want to see, what are you putting together? What do you think looks better together? What makes the most sense together? That kind of a thing. So I don't know. Kind of let me know your thoughts down below. Anyway, we are going to get moving. I'm just in such debate about, I know what I'm doing with my eyes and my cheeks. I don't know what I'm doing with my lips. I can't decide. And like I said, it's got to go with the green. It's not about the black. The black's the undershirt because number one, it's going to be 102 tomorrow. They keep upping it. Joy. So today I think is 98, 96. At the point it gets over 95, it's like whatever. And I have to take a car because we live here. My husband's shop is here. The Stars game is there. So it's dumb for him to come get me. So I'm going to meet him at his office, and then we're going to go from there down. So I'm like, well, I don't want to wear my jersey the whole time. Like, I want to be able to throw it on top of this, right? This can sit under my jersey, no big deal. But I don't want to have to wear the jersey like from 4 o'clock until, game doesn't even start till 7. It's crazy. All right, if you're hopping on, say hello. If you're watching replay, it's replay. Keyword is Tuesday. So I've put my primer and my BB cream here. I have really been enjoying this. And then we just get this all dispersed. What I like about the BB cream is it is a tinted moisturizer. It is not a true foundation, yet it will cover all my redness, all of my imperfections, and still let me look like me. And that is what I need. It has SPF 30, great for summer, being outside. And it's not the chemical SPF, it's a zinc oxide SPF, so it's more natural. And you can see, like, just the red that it covered already on just this one side. Anyway, it's kind of odd how we ended up being able to go to the game. I would never buy a playoff ticket unless it was part of like my package deal for the season. Because when you're a season ticket holder, you get first dibs to playoffs, and you kind of have to go to the playoff game. I mean, if you're going to buy the season and commit to that, you're committed to going to the playoff games. However, just on my own, like we looked the other day and a little expensive. So I was like, we're good. However, I think I told y'all we went bowling, which is throwing a football at bowling pins, therefore bowling. When we were there, we were with another family, and they had this raffle going on. So we all sign our name on a raffle ticket, throw it in the bucket. I didn't even know what it was for. It was just part of our intake, right? Like we had to sign a waiver thing. We had to fill out the raffle thing. We had to go here. Like I just was filling out the things because someone told me I had to fill out the thing. I didn't know. And no, I did not win. Let's preface that. So our friends we were with won the raffle. And the raffle is 2 tickets on the glass to this playoff game with parking. Like, it's crazy. It is absolutely crazy. Well, fast forward, our friend and his significant other are both out of town as of this morning. They had work trips that could not be rearranged. So, we are going to the game. Very exciting. All right, I pulled out a new setting powder brush. My other brush needs to be washed. And since I had another one, I'm like, and I feel like the setting powder brush and the kabuki brush, if you wash them, which you should be washing your brushes, take forever to dry. So I need to wash that, but I needed to use it today. So I'm like, we'll just pull out a new one since I already had it. I think tools, brushes, and things are very important for your application. Some things just don't go on the same. All right. I love that. I mean, it covered what I wanted covered, right? But I don't look like I'm a solid porcelain doll. And I'm never going to be. I have a little ick on my nose and my cheeks are a little something. Once we start contouring, that's all going to go away a little bit. And then we're just going to come in here. And see, by doing that, I don't need to use concealer. So I love that. So it's going to be nerve-wracking. I haven't been in the building in a while. I'm trying to think if we went to a game at all this season. I don't know that we did. Maybe once? Sheesh, it's hard to remember. You know, the season starts in like beginning of October. So it's a long time ago. I don't think so. That in and of itself is weird. We've had a lot going on this year though. All right, where am I headed next? Here we go. It's just funny the logistics of getting there because, like I said, I'm here, my husband's here, the game's there. So it's like, oh, how do I get to you? And originally we didn't know that we had parking. That was a revelation after our friends got the tickets secured. So we were doing all the, do we Uber to the game? Do we drive to the game? Do we stay in a hotel after? Although it's a 7 o'clock start, it's just the logistics of getting all the way home, and then my husband has to get back to the shop tomorrow. And anyway, I mean, we have been through the options, let's put it that way. And I mean, nothing was really making sense, right? Nothing was adding up good in our brain. And so finally we're like, all right, let's see. I'm gonna use this color again. I used this yesterday. I really enjoyed it. This is our new Blush Beach. So then when our friends got the tickets and he was like, oh my gosh, you have parking. We're like, oh, well, that solved that problem. So, but the logistics of I have to leave here at what time, so I'm to you at what time, and how long is it going to take us to get down there? Because, you know, it's going to be a packed arena. And just all the things you have to do. I need, let's do, no, where's that color? Not that one. Use that as a highlighter. I like that. So I just hope that it's a good game. I hope that we take an early lead. And by good game, I don't mean that it's tight. I want like a we're in the lead and we stay in the lead and the other team just can't do anything. And like they've been talking about how our opponent's goaltender has been horrible on the road, which is true. And I'm like, good, you're down by us. Just be horrible the whole night. We're sitting on that kind of end by him. And I'm like, oh, no, we're not. No, we're on the end by our goaltender. Twice. That's fine. I don't mind. We're in the arena. That's all I care about. And I feel like hockey in the arena is so different than on TV. Because on TV, they show you what to watch. In the arena, you focus on whatever you want to focus on, right? And since we went for so many years, it was hard when I started watching it on TV again, because that's not what I always paid attention to. I don't always pay attention to where the puck is. Sometimes I'm paying attention to two players that are sort of jousting against each other because I think that's going to turn into a fight here in half a second. Or, you know, the line changes and who didn't come back on because they maybe are hurt. Or I watch someone. We used to sit, I think we'll be in the same kind of general area. We used to sit where we could see the bench so I could watch if someone went back down the tunnel for some reason. Like, there's a lot going on that they don't show you. They may catch you up, but they don't show you when it's happening. I need a little lip mask. My lips are just feeling a little dry. I don't know if that's because I just ate lunch a little while ago or what. Ugh. Let that soak in while I do my eyes. Anyway, so I'm kind of excited, and it's going to be a different view. We've sat on the glass before. We had some friends whose father had glass seats, and they were going out of town for some big family thing, and so they gave us their seats, and it's a very different experience. The players are much bigger when you are ice level with them, and they are on skates, and they're up here. And if they crash into the boards, because we are going to be on like a corner, and that's where a lot of crashing happens. So that should be interesting / exciting. And I don't know. I'm just excited. Can you tell? I'm just excited. All right, so I'm going to use my favorite palette because I'm going to use my brown line because I feel like the brown is going to go good with the green. And again, as I've said in the past, when in doubt, these are the three colors I use. I use this top line right here. And I just feel like it is the perfect neutral. There's the light. Perfect neutral and goes with everything. I could take this with a pink lip. I could take this with a brown lip. I could take this with a mauve lip. There are directions I could go. Because I don't know what I'm going to do on my lips. That's where I'm stuck. Kind of think I want to go pink, but one of our new lip glosses is this gorgeous brown with like a gold fleck in it, and I think that would be pretty. I just don't know about putting that in my pocket because I can't take a purse in. They're big about bag policies and things, so if it doesn't fit in my pocket, it's not going. So I need to think about that. I could just do a pink lip or a mauve lip. I don't know. And then I'm like, do I do my splash lips where they don't budge? I've just been so on our lip glosses lately that I just really want to go that direction. Oh, I don't know. When you have hooded eyes and you open to get up above, you start to learn that that's kind of where you need to go, right? And I don't want to take it up to my eyebrows, but I want to take it up enough where you can tell I've got something working. See that little bit of darkness just on the outside corner? And then I carried that underneath. Yeah, that looks pretty even. Just taking this little shimmer shade that's not on my normal line. It's one down right here, this kind of white shimmer, just on the inner corner. See, that just brightens up my eye. Nice. All right, I pulled out a new Quadra today. So you kind of need to be replacing, not kind of, you need to be replacing your mascara they say every 90 days. I think that's a little extreme. But I would say every 3 to 4 months-ish, right? And one of the ways you can tell is if your mascara starts to get clumpy. Because think about it, every time you open a mascara and you put the wand in, you're putting air into this container, right? So it's gonna start to dry out. It's going to start to get a little clumpy. And I noticed in the past couple of days, although it was still doing its job, but as the day moved on, if I got into a very magnified mirror, like you couldn't really tell just looking at me, but if I got into a magnified mirror, my lashes were very clumpy on the ends. And I keep a log because I tell myself I'll remember, like, when did I get out a new mascara? When did I change my razor blade? I don't remember those things. So I just keep a sticky note, write down the date. You know, this is what comes with being in your mid 50s. Like, it's just like, or I'm still in my early 50s. Let's call it what it is. But still, I forget everything. I can't remember. And I think it's going to be around some certain date that I'm going to be like, yes, I remember that. No, I don't. I never do. So wrote it down in my little book. So I'm opening a new one today. But that's kind of how you know. It doesn't apply the same, or you get the clumps, or it just dries out and you really can't do the application right. Mine never dried out. And I think with the Quadra, it's probably not going to because it has primer and serum infused. So that's going to help. Like any other normal mascara that doesn't have serum and primer in it would probably dry up sooner. But the clumpiness and kind of how that looked was the key for me, that I'm like, okay, time to pull out a new one. So a fresh Quadra. Gotta love that. Oh my gosh, I can tell the difference. Holy cow. It was getting bad. I'm just stubborn. I was like, it still looked fine. I'm good. Nope, I should have changed weeks ago. I can tell. So what I do, because this is my favorite mascara, is since I opened this, the next time I need an order, one's going in my cart. So I'm not having to think like, oh, I probably should order one and then have to wait 3 to 5 days for it to get here or whatever. When I'm ready to open one and when I'm like, ooh, that looked horrible yesterday, I'm ready to open it. So I always keep like a back stock. I do the same thing with one of my favorite lips. You know, I just pulled it out the other day and put the other one back in my bag because it's like, I need one to carry around, but the one I was using indoors was, or here at the table, was down to a nub. All right. Yep, this is picking up much better, my lashes. Fresh mascara, never better. All right, if you're hopping on, say hello. If you're watching the replay, you're gonna say replay, and if I can help you with anything, the keyword's Tuesday. All right, so we're just lengthening a little more. And with me using that dark color in the outer corner, I don't need an eyeliner. Oh yeah. Good call on new mascara. And look at my lashes. They look so good. They're so long. So what are we thinking? Am I gonna go brown lip, pink lip? What should I do? I like the way that turned out. Yeah, new mascara for the win, for sure. You know, I also have this gorgeous, again, I'm just stuck on the lip glosses, right? They're just too pretty. Will they fit in my pocket? Oh, they will. All right, we're gonna go brown then. This is just too pretty, too pretty. All right, I'm gonna go with a dark liner. Let me get some of this lip mask off. You don't have to do a liner with a lip gloss. I'm sort of making it my lipstick, right? Colored it all in. Now watch how gorgeous this is. Isn't that pretty? I think that'll look good with my green. Yeah, that'll work. Then I can just put the lip gloss in my pocket. Then I can just reapply. as needed. I like it. What do you think? All right. We're on ESPN tonight if you want to watch. We start at 7 Central. All right. I think that's going to do it for me. All right. If you are catching the replay, say replay. If I can help you with anything, say Tuesday. And go Stars. Let's win tonight.